What if 1 second from now, every human on Earth vanished? No warning, no countdown, no last words. Just gone. 8 billion people disappearing at the exact same moment. Have you ever imagined how silent the world would be? Let's step into that silence together. Within minutes, the modern world begins collapsing. 10,000 airplanes lose their pilots and fall from the sky. Ships drift into each other on open oceans. Trains slow to a stop. Factories run out of control. And in hospitals, machines designed to save lives become silent statues. Our global system, once so powerful, survives only as long as people do. Think about that for a moment. What's the first thing you think would break? As the first night arrives, the lights of human civilization blink out one by one. Power plants struggle without workers. Turbines shut down. Transformers overload. And then the entire world enters a darkness no living human has ever seen. For the first time in 100 years, the Milky Way appears in full, a river of ancient stars stretching across the night sky. Meanwhile, animals sense something strange. Dogs howl endlessly. Wolves gather near highways. Owls take over rooftops. Life is confused, cautious, and suddenly free. Within 3 days, Earth begins what scientists call the Great Rewilding. 1.5 billion farm animals wander through broken fences. 700 million pets search neighborhoods for any sign of their owners. Horses run across empty highways. Cows drink from abandoned swimming pools. Monkeys in India roam city centers. Boars storm gardens and parks across Europe. Predators return to territories they lost centuries ago. Pause for a moment and imagine your own street covered in tall grass. Deer walking where cars used to be. Birds nesting inside traffic lights. How fast do you think nature would reclaim your home? After 1 week, the first unstoppable disaster begins. Nuclear reactors. Backup generators burn through their fuel. Cooling systems stop. Fuel rods overheat. And dozens of reactors across the world release huge columns of steam. Not enough to kill the planet, but enough to make several regions uninhabitable for centuries. Ironically, long after humans disappear, the world still suffers from our technology. At the same time, subway systems in New York, London, Paris, Tokyo, all of them begin collapsing underwater. No pumps, no engineers, no electricity. Water fills tunnels, cracks foundations, and pushes entire streets upward. 1 year after humanity vanishes, Earth is almost unrecognizable. 15 million square kilometers of farmland transform into wild meadows. Wolves reach Berlin. Foxes dominate London. Coyotes roam Los Angeles. Jaguars reclaim Brazilian cities. Trees break sidewalks and lift asphalt. In the tropics, vines swallow buildings in months, wrapping entire neighborhoods in emerald green. If you close your eyes right now and imagine a world without humans, what part of nature do you think would take over first? Forests? Animals? Floods? There's no wrong answer. The world becomes wild in every direction. Within 5 years, our houses begin losing the war against wind, rain, and insects. Wooden structures rot. Roofs collapse. Termites destroy entire neighborhoods. Bridges fracture and fall. Steel rusts. Concrete absorbs water and cracks from the inside. 50 years after our disappearance, the tallest monuments of civilization begin collapsing. Skyscrapers lose their glass skin. Steel joints weaken. The Burj Khalifa bends and falls. The Golden Gate Bridge, eaten by salt air and storms, collapses into the sea. Only the Eiffel Tower fights a little longer, maybe 2 or 3 centuries before rust wins. 200 years later, dams fail across the world. Rivers burst into forgotten valleys. Cities drown under their own water systems. Forests spread over every continent. The planet becomes louder with life and quieter without us. 1,000 years into the future, nearly every trace of human civilization is buried. Forests cover cities. Deserts move across old roads. Glaciers reshape mountains. Only stone monuments remain. The pyramids of Giza, Mount Rushmore, parts of the Great Wall, and a few ancient temples. Everything else has been erased by time, weather, and the unstoppable force of nature. 10,000 years after humanity disappears, even plastics, the material we once believed eternal, begin breaking down. Microbes, sunlight, oxygen, pressure, all working together to erase the age of humans. Our satellites fall from orbit, burning like shooting stars. Now imagine this. 1 million years have passed. The continents have moved. Sea levels have changed. New species now rule the earth. Creatures evolved from rats, raccoons, wolves, or animals we barely noticed. Perhaps some of them stand upright. Perhaps some develop higher intelligence. Perhaps one day they dig into the earth and discover a thin, strange layer of rock. A layer filled with concrete dust, microplastics, chicken bones, and radioactive particles from the 20th century. That thin layer has a name. The Anthropocene. The age of humans. The last geological fingerprint we leave behind. Think about that. 8 billion people. Thousands of cities. Billions of buildings. Every memory, every invention, every war, every achievement, compressed into one thin line of dirt. Nature does not need us. It never did. We are the temporary species, the fragile ones, the brief moment in Earth's long story. Life continues, Earth resets, and the universe moves on. If this video made you look at the world differently, do 3 things. Hit like. It tells YouTube that this documentary deserves to be seen. Subscribe. New scientific predictions and what if documentaries every week. And tell me in the comments, how many years do you think the last human structure will survive? I'll be reading your answers. Stay curious.